up, y'all? Back at it with another NC9 Talk. I'm Nicholas, and it's my Papa Carlos.
What's up?
Today we got a special guest, Raider Nation's own Justin. You know, got a new special guest here.
Welcome, Justin.
Welcome.
Thank you for
We got a special preview today. Niners versus Eagles. Game could be game of the year.
Could
This
be.
is just gonna be a crazy game. Two of the best teams in the NFL. You don't get to see that much. Like high-powered offense, and high-powered defense on both sides. So to see this game unfold is gonna be just get your popcorn ready, basically. So, what do you think about this game?
Well, man, it's a long time coming, especially from the NFC Championship. We know how that went down. What could have been, should have been, it is what it is. I mean, the Eagles won. I mean, it is what it is. But I think we're at our highest point right now. I think we're actually playing better, to be honest with you. I think the Niners are playing even better right now than they were playing on the 5-game winning streak. That's just me, though.
Because they're beating better teams.
I think they're just playing on all cylinders, offensively, especially defensively. I mean, their defense has been pretty solid the whole year, but the last 3 games they just showed up, especially on the sack.
my opinion. That Jacksonville game really made a statement.
Oh, for sure. Oh, I mean, Jacksonville, especially coming off the bye week, right? So, man, it's just this should be a very, very close game. I think.
It's a war. It's gonna be a war.
I think this is more of a pride type of game instead of like, yeah, we won, whatever. It is what it is. But I think it's so much trash going back and forth.
I think this game is going to dictate who's going to have the first round bye.
Oh, for sure, man. I mean,
I don't think the Lions are going to be in the first round bye. None of those. It's either going to be the Niners or it's going to be the Eagles. And we already know the division leader for the other one, the Falcons, at 5-6.
Yeah, they're not gonna get there. So
it's gonna be interesting.
it's gonna be interesting. And on the offensive side, the Niners have a top 3 offense. Well, basically playing like the number 1 offense right now. But in yards per game, they're number 3. The Eagles have a top 10 offense as well in yards per game. Their rushing game is insane, and like that's what they, base the offense off. Like their rush attack, like Jalen Hurts in the last game had 14 rushes. DeAndre Swift had 14 rushes. Like that's what they do. They're gonna run the ball, and that's what works. And that's what the Niners use. And CMC's having a great year. Like CMC is just a dog, but on the defensive side, it's pretty different because Eagles are like 18th in yards per game given up. They have a very stacked defensive line, but their secondary isn't really holding up this year.
No.
Yeah.
But I think that has to do with because of the defensive line, right?
Yeah.
What do you think, Justin? What do you think about this game?
I honestly think it's going to be a low scoring game because in my opinion, it's going to be like a classic like 1970s game. There's going to be a lot of trash talking. It's just going to be like back and forth. I feel like there's going to be a lot of 3 and outs, to be honest with you, because you got to think. I think that they're playing in the rain this weekend, so that means a lot of like just sloppy plays. I feel like, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So my score prediction, I'm not gonna choose sides on this one. So I think it's gonna be each team is gonna win by a field goal. I would say. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at like a 23-20 game.
Yeah. And then we were talking about that earlier. I think my 3 keys of Niners winning this game is holding, controlling, containing Hurts.
That's all he's gonna do.
I mean, just control him, like contain him with our rush and our linebackers. And then our punting. I mean, our punting's been off the hook this year. I mean, we're pinning guys. We're pinning the other team on the 2-yard line, 3-yard line, within the 10-yard line. And then I think it's going to come down to potentially Moody, our rookie kicker, making some field goals in the rain. Man, like if you say, Justin, you said it's going to be raining, right? So if it's raining, man, whoever has the better kicker.
And Jake Elliott just came off.
Look what happened last
59-yard in the rain.
In the rain
to tie the game up, to send it to overtime, and he's playing like the best kick in the NFL right now.
So if Moody could make some, I don't think Niners are going to score every single time a touchdown. So he's going to be key, scoring points, and that's going to be key for a victory this week. So
the 3 keys for the Niners to take the W this weekend would have to be hold Jalen Hurts to at least under 50 yards rushing, because You know, he likes to rush. He likes to run the ball a lot, and make him beat you with the pass.
Yeah.
Your guys' secondary is pretty elite this year.
Yeah.
And it pretty much always is elite. So I would say make Jalen Hurts beat you with the deep ball, because I think that, in my opinion, Tre'Davious Ward's going to lock up Devontae Smith. Like, that's without a question. He's way longer than him. He has speed on him. Secondly, they have to start off fast against them, because the Eagles fans are going to get into it real quick if
hostile environment. So you got to be ready for that.
If the Niners do not start off fast, it's going to be a long game for them.
Yeah.
The Eagles crowd's going to get into it, and you know how they get. Like, they're one of the most fans. Third, whoever has the ball, like, the Niners need to make sure that they have the ball the last possession of the game. They need to control the tempo. If they do that, I think that they could pull off a W.
Yeah.
And like, with this environment, they can't dig themselves in a hole, because that's gonna be a hard time trying to get out of that. With this crowd, just last year, it was 31-7. That crowd was going crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, off the Purdy and the Josh Johnson injury, obviously made that score, but this crowd is no joke. So they just got to be prepared for that. And I think they do have the team with the dogs they have on especially on defense. This defense is high powered. Off that Chase Young trade, they've had 15 sacks.
15 sacks last 3 games. Yeah.
So for them to keep it up, they just
I think hurts just because having Bosa and Chase Young on the edges right there, they're gonna have to contain the whole time. So he can't bounce out to the outside easy at all, because that's where he makes most of his plays at.
Yeah.
And then he tries to go through an inside run, and he gets past the D line, he's gonna get stuck by Greenlaw or Fred Warner.
Yeah, especially with this D line, especially in the interior, if he gets past Eric Armstead and Devon Hargrave, which is pretty hard, he's gonna have to meet Fred Warner and
Greenlaw. Yep.
And if he goes outside, he's gonna have Bosa or Chase Young running after him, and that's usually like you said, where he makes his plays. He runs out of the pocket, throws a 15-yard pass. He likes to go deep too. And that's his strength. So they got to take that away.
Like you said, Justin, just kind of piggybacking on what you said, contain him to 50 yards rushing, right? So what happens is, if you contain him to 50 yards rushing, that means, like you said, make him throw. And if you make him throw, that means it's going to give our defensive line more chances to sack him. And he's
going to want to extend plays.
He's going to want to extend plays. But if you contain him, if you lock up the run, I mean, they have no choice but to throw, and then that's
their number one option. So.
And that's when we come in, sacking the quarterback, creating turnovers, sacking, stripping. I mean,
especially in the rain. You can get some strips in the rain for sure. So.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And the ball's not going to travel as far too on the deep ball. So your safeties have to come up on those routes. So
yeah. Jair Brown
you get a few deflections in there. You got to grab those easily. Yeah. Can't give Eagles anything.
Yeah, it's a quick start, and I think a quick 3 and out for the defense should be just like they played last week. It was 3 and out, and then the other team just Seahawks just 3 and out. And this year the times we've won, we've just destroyed each team. The times we won, obviously, but the key has been they've started off first drive touchdown.
And then the other team 3 and out. So
3 and out, and the defense just from there they just take over. So it's gonna be crazy. I think key players for me this week to watch. I think Purdy. I mean he's been playing pretty good, man, the whole year. I mean 3 games he had a little skid, but I think a player to watch is him. I think he's gonna have to have a good, not perfect game. Doesn't have to perfect QBR or whatever. But yeah, I think he has a solid game, 2 touchdowns, 250 yards, or even 150, 182 touchdowns, but 0 interceptions. Big.
Yeah.
Got to take care of that ball.
I think the Niners are going to use I think the Niners have to use every running back that they have on the roster.
Yeah.
You can't keep giving McCaffrey, it's crazy. I seen on Prize Picks sometimes he had one time it was over or under 29 and a half attempts. That's insane.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah. There's no way you
can. They got
and his wife posted on
all his bruises.
All his bruises.
Yeah.
They got so many weapons. They got to use them this week. everybody. We're talking about Debo, Juszczyk.
Yeah.
You know,
and Ayuk, he can come on sweep.
I'm looking. What's his name? Number 10, Bell. Yeah, him and Jawan Jennings have to step up for sure, because they're gonna just try to key up on Ayuk and Debo the whole game, and McCaffrey.
And they're also key blockers too. They're really good blockers.
So you know, no mental mistakes, limit the flags, the holds, you know, personal fouls, and just play solid. I mean, if they play solid, and we've been saying all year long in our show, Niners play to their potential. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't see a team beating them this year. But that's if they play to their potential, if they play clean, and they just I mean, healthy wise, right?
Yeah,
if they're healthy. They're playing good, man. I mean, it's just these are the facts, not just because we like the Niners. Just these are facts. Who do you think is going to be a key player for you on either side?
Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw, like those are that I feel is going to decide who, like, on the defense side is like how the game is gonna go.
Yeah.
Here are the men in the middle, you know, navigating everything. And Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw in that Cowboys game just shut down everything.
Yeah.
So if they do that against Jalen Hurts, you know, take away his runs, take away his like out of the pocket plays, the Niners will be in a good position.
Yeah.
And on offense, I'll be like, I feel this is the game where Brock Purdy and Moody get that like go ahead or like game-winning drive. I feel like, you know, score may be tied at the end, but then Brock Purdy finally silences the doubters, finally leads the game-winning drive, and Moody comes in clutch.
Game winner. Yeah. What about you, Justin? Who do you think's key players on either?
My key players, like last week, he made a big statement against DK Metcalf. I think Tre'Davious Ward needs to step up again against AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, because if he frustrates AJ Brown, it's wraps.
Yeah, he just needs to get
and
his head, just like DK.
And you know, Warren never moves, right? But last game they asked him to move and follow Metcalf. So I think they're going to do the same thing this week.
AJ Brown's a big body. He's just like DK, so he's got to shut that down because he can wreak havoc whenever he wants. So
for offense, I'm looking for George Kittle and Dwelly to come up, not big in the pass game, but in the run game.
Yeah.
Because like I said, you guys have to use everybody because it's going to be raining.
So that defense swarm.
You guys are gonna have to bunch them up together, like in like bunch formations, and like really have them block along with Juszczyk as well.
Yeah,
all hands on deck, I believe. And we've been saying too, you know, last few weeks, you know, we need to feed Kittle. Kittle's a beast, man. If you don't use that guy, yes, he helps on passes, on rushing plays, you know, but that dude.
But that's where you can get him open when he's hoping, and then that play action is right there.
People don't realize that George Kittle was the reason why Brock Purdy got so comfortable so fast.
He did.
Don't realize.
Like almost
from the very first game on that 3rd and 10. That's when I knew they had a connection, because that 3rd and 10 where he had pressure in his face and Kittle was right there for him, and that was where it all started.
So they need to keep feeding him. I think this week they're gonna just put up all their weapons. The last 3 weeks they've been pulling out all their weapons. I mean,
and that's what Kyle Shanahan does. Like in these big games, like, you know, as you see, like, different players in each game is going to beat you, right? Like with this high-powered offense. But in like the Cowboys game and now the Eagles game, Kyle Shanahan is going to use every single weapon to beat you. He's going to scheme up for everybody.
I hope he's not too predictable, nor he kind of lets his foot off the gas. I think obviously the Eagles have shown this whole year they're 10-1 for a reason. That no matter what, they're down 10, 15, whatever, they always have a chance to win.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So, can't count this team out. We got to keep this.
Go 14-0.
The best game that the Eagles have played this year was definitely on the Monday Night Football game against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Like, the way that they bounced back in the second half, I ain't gonna lie. I stopped watching the game. I was like, you know what? The refs are going to be on the Chiefs' side. Jalen Hurts is playing terrible. I'm going to just turn this off. Next thing you know, I seen that he put up a game-winning drive.
Yeah.
It also helped that Valdez-Scantling dropped the ball.
It does help. You know, it's been one of those years for Philadelphia, man. Like, that's why a lot of people, I mean, as it is, look, the fans are going to be, we're talking about how crazy it's going to be in Philadelphia, but it's going to be crazier because, I mean, Jesus, the Philadelphia Eagles are underdogs in their home field, being 10-1. They're underdogs. So, disrespect on that. They're going to feel that. But I think the Niners are are beyond pissed from last year, so they're coming with their own chip on their shoulder.
They've been asked so many questions about that game, and they never answer because
they don't want to talk about it.
They circled this game on their calendar, and
so now they better back it up because I mean, you talking all this smack, you got everybody healthy. You got to back it up, but it should be good.
I feel like this game right here, I feel that like we don't want flags, but I feel there's gonna be a lot of like chippy flags, like
fight. Like you know they're gonna argue. You know they're gonna be fighting before the game.
Yeah,
just
like last year, Jimmy Ward and AJ Brown already went at it.
Yeah, they're gonna be fighting before the game.
I bet it's gonna be all the linemen.
Yeah. And then
Trent Williams.
That's really the matchup of the day. Lane Johnson versus Bosa and Chase Young. Those.
He's not even healthy.
He's not even, and like that offensive line of Eagles are no joke. They're probably
they really rely on Johnson and they really rely on chasing kills.
Yeah. So this is gonna be. I feel that's the matchup for the day because that D line versus that O line is gonna be crazy. So
what do you think? What's your prediction?
My score. Yeah, like you said, it's low scoring game because it's me in the rain, and I feel that also. And like I said, game winning drive for Purdy. I'm gonna go 20-16, or actually, scratch that.
2016. That's good.
I go 26-23.
26-23.
Yes, 26-23.
So 3-point, just like me. Okay.
I got 2 scores. My first score is I have a feeling Niners are gonna. I think the Niners are going to play as good or even better like they played against Dallas. So I feel they're going to score 35, and they're going to score. Eagles are going to score because they're at home, like 15 points. That's just me. Here's the other score I have. I've been so I've been picking the Niners to score 28 and up because I think their offense is that good. Right. So they're going to score at least 28 points, right? But I think they're going 35, let's say 35-15? 35-15, more or less. The other score I have is going to be like 28-23. It's been one of those that Niners last drive, not even a last drive. I think they're going to come and drive, score the 28 points. They're up 28-23, and our defense is going to just shut it down.
Actually, I'm going to go one last score prediction. I'm switching mine 28-24, and the Niners are gonna go 28 to like 17, and that's where the game is over. Like the Niners drive down,
and they score a garbage point at the end.
They score that, and they try to get it back, and like it's just over at that point. And
for some reason last year I was more concerned about the Eagles, to be honest with you, in the NFC Championship compared to this game, just because maybe the way the Niners have been playing. It's one of those things, man. In sports.
The Eagles have been thriving in close games this year.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So the reason I feel more comfortable this year is because the way Niners have been beating teams, even the good teams, they haven't allowed these teams to even smell to come back. This is one of those teams that can come back. However, the way we've been playing, once we're up, we're pretty much almost impossible to beat. But we'll see how it goes. But let's talk about your boys, man. How you think their season's going? I mean, so much has been going on, man. Coaches, quarterbacks.
Just too much stuff going on, and it's hard to play around it. I think we could still make a playoff push, to be honest with you. It's tough. Because, like, we all know, the Raiders never fail to surprise. Whether it's good, right?
Yeah, they did make the playoffs a few years ago with Derek Carr.
Hey, man, they got talent, bro. They got so much I think they got talent and heart, right? And they just put it together. I think consistency is key. All these moving coaches and quarterbacks, to me, it's just always like a bad thing for teams.
Yeah.
I mean, the coach is garbage, but I think this coach they have,
he's setting the tone.
And we talked about it before. I mean, sometimes it's all about attitude, and if the coaches kind of thrive on him, kind of like hate to him, right?
And he's not taking anybody's stuff. Like, for example, like he got rid of Roderick Teamer, which he got arrested for DUI in the morning of Sunday afternoon's game against Kansas City.
And he got rid of him?
Yeah, they got rid of him, as they should have. Right. And then, even though Marcus Peters is one of my favorite corners in the league, and he's a West Oakland native.
Yeah,
it was time for him to go because he was not coming up to make tackles. He was getting beat in coverage a lot, and like. But the thing that I liked about Marcus Peters, he did bring a certain swag to the defense.
Yeah.
But his poor tackling and like not showing effort. To be honest, I'm not trying to make excuses for him. It looks like he's playing hurt.
Yeah. Hey man, so their offensive coordinator is different since the coach got fired, or is it the same one? Offense coordinator.
Well, Matos was calling the plays.
Oh, he was.
Yeah, and they had Mick Lombardi as the offensive coordinator, but they fired him too. So they brought in their quarterback coach, Bo Hardigree, to take over the duties, which was calling all of the plays during the preseason, and we were putting up a lot of points in preseason.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think it's time we need to get a new offensive coordinator.
Hey, but Aiden O'Connell looks bright, especially when if he has Devontae Adams, Jacoby Myers.
Oh yeah, he had the highest QBR this past weekend.
Yeah, so he looks bright, and if Max Crosby and that defense with Spillane, if they play well,
it's crazy.
They've been playing well.
They should take a little bit of Crosby, man. The whole defense should just take a little bit out of him, and that defense should be like studs, man. Just take his attitude and put it all together, man. Because
he's the motor.
Just crazy motor, nonstop motor, and I think that's why his frustration is like, dude, what else do I need to do? Have to tackle the guy, have to chase down the guy, have to intercept him. But
the biggest mistake that the Raiders made in the draft was they drafted Tyree Wilson at number 7, and we didn't really need a defensive end at the time because we had Chandler Jones. We obviously knew Chandler Jones, his situation right now. And then the next person that they drafted, and I really wanted them to draft, he plays for the Eagles, Jalen Carter. He's really good at stopping the
run.
Is that the tackle you're talking about?
Tackle Jalen Carter, big boy.
That's one person that the Niners have to watch out for too.
They got to watch out for that interior with Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, and traumatizing Hassan Reddick coming off.
Hassan Reddick.
Gordon Pivot's got to hold his own because Hassan.
Another thing that might bring the crowd even higher. I think they're gonna do. They're gonna honor Deshaun Jackson because
they're gonna retire. They're retiring his jersey.
Yeah.
Hey, I heard Will Smith is gonna be there.
Yeah. Wait, what was that?
Will Smith.
Will Smith is gonna be there. He's gonna come with his kids. Anyways, and we gotta do this again, man. You gotta come with us again.
Back.
Christmas game.
Christmas game.
Yeah, the Ravens one.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, for sure, man.
And then we'll see how the Raiders are doing also.
Yeah, man, we gotta keep it going, man. Yeah. All good.
Well, yeah, thanks for coming on. Appreciate it.
I appreciate you guys for having me.
For sure, man.
Yes, sir. Comment down below. What's your predictions for the game and just whatever. Who's gonna be your breakout player on offense and defense? What's your score prediction? And then thanks guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoy. Let's go Niners, baby.
Let's go.